Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unraveled podcast, the podcast of Sooner Esports. I'm your host, Toby, and I'm joined here today with Asa.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Asa Ha. I am a freshman this year doing visual communications with a minor in Japanese and maybe advertising. We'll see about that, but that's kind of me so far.
So what's your role in esports so far?
So right now I'm a general ambassador, and I actually had my first event as ambassador last night, which was a collaboration with the Japanese cultural community of OU. So they were having a retro arcade night. So OU Gaming Club, we provided a few monitors, 2 switches, and an emulator PC for their event. And there was a good turnout, and we got some people to take some flyers. So, our members just keep going up from there.
So what did that what was all in that event?
So it was mostly just a JCC event at first, and I recently got involved with that organization, so that's how I brought the OU Gaming Club collaboration to that event. It's something that they do annually. They bring a bunch of hacked consoles, like old PS1s, PS2s, GameCubes, and they just let people have fun for a few hours. There was free food, free drinks, and it was just people getting to know each other, get a little bit of retro history with Japanese gaming history impact in there.
So what made you want to be an ambassador over just being on a team or something like that?
Yeah, so, I'm freshly into college, but when I was in high school, my junior and senior year, I was on the esports team for League of Legends at my school, which was very new. This is the first year that they've had, classes every single hour of the day at that high school, and I know a lot of high schools in Oklahoma that are starting up with their esports courses curriculum as well, and I wanted to get involved with that further because I'm not a super competitive person. I like watching other people play and stream, but I've mostly leaned on single player, cozy game side, like Stardew Valley. My favorite game of all time is probably Undertale. I'm not typically one to be playing FPS against other people, so I was like, but I know there's a lot of people like me who are not the best at video games, but certainly enjoy video games a lot. So I wanted to kind of bring more events that weren't exactly in-house tournaments to people. So I'm actually in the works of a craft night coming up these next 2 weeks, and so there's not going to be any actual gaming involved. But we're going to be making little perler bead keychains that, so you put them on a plate, you make whatever design you want. So I've seen people make little toads, just Minecraft icons, that question block right there. Pretty much anything gaming related you want, you iron it on, and you have a keychain.
So on the topic of Undertale and Stardew Valley, what games are you playing right now? What is your favorite game to play right now?
That's a bad question for me, because every time somebody asks me, what's Sam and Max? Oh no. I end up talking for 30 minutes and then they regret asking me. But that is my current obsession. Sam and Max itself is a whole media franchise, but I do love its games a lot, and it's really uncommon to see nowadays. It's more like the point and click mystery games that LucasArts used to make a bunch of, and people aren't really in that genre anymore, but I still find a lot of charm to them, even though they can be tedious because you have to click on everything to find things. But it's kind of like a breath of fresh air from the games that come out recently. Not that I don't enjoy those games, but I like exploring a lot of more chill genres that don't need esports competitive tied to it. So
is there any games that you play competitive right now that you
I did try to get into League of Legends ranked for some time. That was a journey for sure. I no longer take part in that journey. I'm sure many people watching will know why I no longer partake in that journey. I also tried Overwatch ranked for a bit. I also do not partake in that journey anymore. So TLDR, no. In short, no.
So what do you like most about the esports community so far?
I really, really like how diverse it is, especially me coming from So I'm a first generation low income student, but I went to a like 6A high school where it was like predominantly white. So it's just really refreshing to see so many people enjoying gaming like here, and like everybody looks so different. They do so many different things. Everybody's involved in so many different organizations. Like I had never like seen that, especially like, where I was from. Gaming was kind of just like, I mean, like the stereotypical people that you would see in the esports class, you know, but everybody here is like really involved, and everybody's like so passionate about gaming. And it was just like, it was surprising for me to see that, how much they cared about gaming, and also getting other people more involved in gaming.
So what is your driving motivation to be a good ambassador just starting out right now as a freshman?
To be honest, it was almost accidental when I became an ambassador. Like, sort of, because I did the member application, and then it takes you immediately to the leadership application. And I was like, that sounds cool. I'll do it. I probably won't get it because I'm a freshman. And then Jacob texts me on Discord. He's like, hey, do you have time to do a one-on-one call? And I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting this week. So I had the call, and then he's like, oh, you're an ambassador now. And I'm like, okay. So I don't think I really had any expectations for when I joined. I just knew that I wanted to help set up events. I did a lot of like extracurriculars when I was in high school. I was like president of Key Club, so I was used to like just like planning socials out for people. But they weren't anything I particularly enjoyed, because if you guys have ever been in student council, it's kind of like you play a lot of icebreaker games, and then eat pizza, and then more icebreakers. There's a lot of like getting on, like, I don't know, like there's this game called like Princess Knight Rider where they call out one of those, and then so the Knight Rider is you literally have to find somebody and like jump on their back and then freeze there for 5 seconds. Like, I was not a fan of that. It was a little awkward to stand aside and be like, I am not doing that. So it's really exciting for me to be able to like host events I know I would actually enjoy, and I know other people would enjoy. Because I've asked multiple people before starting work on the craft event. I was like, I know this is gaming club, but like, would you guys like to do crafts? And everybody has been like, oh yeah, like definitely. I suck at video games. Give me a craft. So I'm glad to engage an audience that maybe has not been catered to so far in esports history at OU. So.
You want to give the audience a little insight as to how to apply for a leadership position or an ambassador position?
It was so easy. Okay, well, not easy. You have to have stuff to talk about. But like I said, my ambassador position was a little bit accidental. So you just go back into the membership form, which I hope you have already done. You better have done it already. You go back to it. You select which pillar you would like to be a part of, which you can be a part of multiple pillars. I was almost in media and news, but I figured I should not do that as a freshman. I'm glad I didn't, because the past 2 weeks, yikes, they've been quite a journey. But pick any pillar you like, answer the questions, be true to yourself, because, I mean, if you really want to be a part of it, it'll definitely show in your question responses, and then you submit it, and then somebody will text you. So, and that's kind of it.
Where you can find that is on the OU Esports Discord. Just go onto Google, look up OU Esports, and it should tell you that. It'll tell you a link to go to OU Esports Discord. And if you want to see names or teams or their profile, you can check their bio, where they're from. You go on ouesports.org, and it'll tell you everything right there. That's been the Unraveled podcast for OU Esports. I'm your host, Toby, and Boomer Sooner.